In this Manor Lords run, I'm keeping things simple. Just build up my settlement nice and steady. Early game's going to be all about survival, foraging the berries, hunting the deer, and working those little garden plots to keep everyone fed. When I'm established, the focus shall transition to production. Getting the firewood going, setting up tannery stuff, maybe a trading post to move some hides for a bit of cash. Nothing fancy, just keeping it steady. As the village expands, the transition into larger farms and more advanced trade shall thrive. It's a slow build, but that's kind of the fun part. Watching a tiny foraging camp turn into a real thriving town. And a thriving town it shall become. Let's get stuck into it. Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves in to what is going to be all about making money from farming. We want to build an epic farming settlement with expansion as well. So we are on the divided map and we are playing duel. So I will just show you. I haven't started anything yet. We're in mainly because I wanted to find something with farm fertility. So we have basic stone, basic hunting. We have a deep salt, which is great because we're going to be on the sausages. We have a little bit of clay and a berries plot. We're playing a duel, as I said, and they are over here. The dueling one has a deep iron, deep stone, fishing, clay, and mushrooms. So they've got a good industry one. We've got a good farming one. That's where we're at. We are on the divided map, if you're wondering. So they are the settings. So if we just scroll out a tiny bit, you'll see our berries are over this way, right? So we are going to just move this over a tiny bit. Hunting is here. So I think we'll start the builds maybe somewhere in this little section here, but I am going to put in a couple of basic roads. And as you'll see, this is relatively hilly, but we're lower than over here. So that's going to be okay for the sheep, I think. So we're going to factor that in on everything we do as well. And actually, I'll stick in a little road through here. So it's going to be a lot. We're going to try and produce stupid amounts of food. And this may be a little bit different to the usual, but I'm going to curve this around here. I'm trying not to destroy too many trees. And then we'll have a middle road through here as well. That's good to start. I think we're going to use this middle section here as the start of our build. So first things first, it's going to be the logging camp. We don't want to go too close to this, but actually over here should be absolutely fine. So I'm going to go here with the logging camp. What this is going to do is cause us to have quite a lot of travel time, but that's okay. So we'll get all the absolute basics in. We're going to stick a granary here and a storehouse here. So I'm going to go for logging camp highest, granary very high, storehouse high, and we're going to hit play. And hopefully we can get these guys over. I'll also get in a hitching post, and we'll just chuck them over here for now. That one will be medium. And we'll let these guys just go ahead and do their thing. It's going to take some time as I've chosen to build away from the camp, but it shouldn't be a problem. It'll just be a slightly slower start, but I've got no issues with that at all. And as this is going, I'll also go one step closer and get a little marketplace. I say little. I'm going to get a large marketplace, or do I want a smaller one? Let's go for a smaller one. This is going to be a pretty big settlement. The plan is to build rather large and see how much money we can make. And we're in Weggholz, probably butchering the name again as well. Going to do something a little bit different here. Get the hitching post as highest as well. So as soon as this is finished, which I think they're traveling over to, they're just putting on all the items whilst they wait. But they're going to finish this. Then do the hitching post, which they're already working on, which is great. We should be able to order in an ox. There we go. So second ox is in. Let's get 2 people starting on this as well. So we've got 2 timber. It does mean I can start placing the houses. I'll worry about the water in a bit. But for now, we're going to probably build around this area here. So we'll start a couple of houses over here. And I don't want to go too big. I'm hoping I can build like this. So this is pretty good, right? We're going to get a decent sized farm here. I know it costs more, but we're going to get one house there to start with that one. And as they build these in, we should be good. We're going to get a couple of basic smaller ones because these are going to contain animals. There we go. We'll start those 3. We've got 1 in the granary, so we'll get that assigned to get the food in straight away as well. And we've still got 2 families then building over here as well. Just getting the basics. You have to go logging camp then these 2. It's just the easier way. We already have a food stall in. Was not expecting it that quick, but good job. And we'll get 1 in the storehouse to get our firewood in as well. And the houses are being done, so I'll just let those finish before I get the firewood in, because we have actually 2 months of food. It's probably best that we get one of these in, and I'm going to go hunting. And hunting camp can go out here, so let's put it there. Good thing about the hunting camp is it's going to give us pelts, and there's no use other than selling them at the moment, so I'm going to make some early money with pelts, hopefully. And there's our first house. So we've got 30 regional wealth. I think it's sensible for us to get in, hopefully, some planks and an animal pen. So I want some of that early meat, and we're going to be doing goats. No, pigs, actually. Let's do pigs, because I want that sausage. As always, I love just enjoying the start of this. It's always my favourite thing about Manor Lords, really. Just enjoying the absolute atmosphere. Look at this hill, too. This is insane for fighting. Wow. Didn't really have a proper look at the map. It's like a giant mountain. And we'll go and look at our rival, wherever they are. Where are you? Over here. I think the settlement is just over here. And we can see we are actually well ahead of them anyway, but I've got no concerns. We're not going to attack them early on. It's all about money. I should be okay to get the rest of our houses placed. And we've got the one big farm that we're going to need early. And then I'm going to get the rest as just small layups there. All right, we're going to get our firewood splitter in over here. I'll probably get it as tight as I can to that, actually. Put that one in there. And we'll go in and just check the environment here. So we've got 64% meadow at the moment. So pollination, making sure we get some pollination should be good. Yeah, I'm thinking we get some synergy. So this one is a farm, but if we get one in here with honey, then we get another farm either side. So every 2 farms, we get a honey one in between. But I'm not going to be doing any holdings in the back gardens. I think we're going to try and go exclusively into what can make us the most money via selling. And the hunter's camp is in, so we're going to get 1 family in there now. And the last lot of the houses coming in, I'm going to get the 6th house, and I'm going to do this as our honey house. Pretty small one. I think that should be good. We'll get our bees pollinating in there as well. And there's our small village. Beautiful. Let's form the militia. So we'll be doing that as protection should we need it. And we're going to get to pick our development point. There you go. Consumption of all clothing goods minus 50%. Sheep no longer die at high elevation. And hunting camp efficiency plus 50%. But trade routes are more costly. So that one's not going to work. Cheaper animal imports. I do like that. But then I'm not a big fan of mining speed increase. Sorry. Yeah, because we don't necessarily need that either. The hunting hound is pretty good. Exports on minor trades is great because of the pelts. Increased capacity for forage. We do have it, so it's not too bad, but we don't want the agriculture efficiency. So I'm going to go for Born of the Alps, and hopefully this is the right decision. It seems like it is. So we are Born of the Alps. And there we go. We have small game and pelts already in now. So all we need to do is work up and get families in. So we should have food at least. And I can grab the forager shack at the same time for when that needs to be done. So nice and easy. I think we can just get it along King's Road over here, to be honest. So that's pretty good. And we'll pump those numbers up. And then this holding here, actually I can expand this burgage plot anyway, but we need the planks for that. Let's just expand that temporarily and then we'll start the saw pit for the planks. And I'm going to do a little road through the middle of these trees just to make that a bit more efficient. So I'm just going to pause the logging camp and I'm going to just ramp up the hunter's camp with 2 in for a moment just to get a bit more food in. And then once this is done, we'll flip to this and make sure we grab all of these berries as well. There we go. We have everyone in. We just got to wait for the next month now. And there we go. Food is back up. That's good. So we'll have the variety in a moment and then we can work on the church. And there's the forager's camp. We'll get 1 in there to start picking berries. So let's go with, I actually want to build along this one. And we'll start with 2 here. Now these I might put in as normal farms. I might go A little bit smaller. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better because it's by the beehive, right? I'm going to attempt to snap a little bit better. Yeah, like that. That's great. That one right there is good. And then we'll get in one more like that, I think. Get a double or a single. I think a double's okay because we'll need the extra hands anyway. And then the rest will just be a couple of smaller houses. There we go. Just playing around with the sizes a little bit to try and get a little bit more out of the farms. So we really should. We're on 14 of our militia. I do want to take the bandit camp out. I really don't want to lose many. So I want to wait maybe until 16, sorry. So hopefully we can get those houses in. I'm just going to try and build this surplus of these guys up. And once the houses are done, we are actually going to get this marketplace up and running. But maybe a quick stone camp just to get what we need. So we're only going to need a stone gatherer's camp. Oh, there's these planks anyway. But we have a small amount over here. We've got 115 stone that we can use. And we now have the 8 families, so every building is up and running. I should be able to see just some slight building coming in before each month here. And then we'll be okay. I'm still tempted to get in probably the pigs as soon as we have these planks in. How are we doing? You guys doing it? Don't know whether we need that livestock assigned. I think we do. And then we'll get in another one. I can make money from the bandit camp in a moment. We got 16 here, so I'm going to get another hitching post. Not going to upgrade these. Let's just get 2 or 3. Actually, they don't cost much to build, so let's do this like an actual farm of some kind. Nice little area as we upgrade them. Now, food will take a hit, so I mean, Hunter's Camp's pretty good. Do we want to keep that going? I think berries will be the one that we can get more people in. Let's go for vegetable garden for that to come in. And then one of these will want some basics. So we're going to go for an animal pen in there as well. Don't think I can quite get the honey in because of the cost. But for these, I should be able to at least get the animal pens going. And we won't be shy of chickens in some of these as well. They're always pretty handy. But that is our regional wealth gone. So we're going to get the marketplace up and running very soon as well. Going to pause the woodcutter's lodge, and we're going to go into now starting to build the marketplace. So trading post, I'm going to leave this as our 2 sections probably for it. We'll get one next to there. So we'll start that going. And then these extra families that are coming in, I'm going to make sure that we've got hunting camp pumping out as much as we can. So we're up to 35 pelts, which is going to be a good moneymaker early on. So I won't need to sell my own planks. So let's just get the well right here. I have actually turned off the well restriction. So there's a setting when you start the game so you can place the well wherever. So you don't have to place it on the water bits. And now that we're already here in the rainy season, this is where we're at already. Not bad at all. Coming in. Lovely little town. Really, really nice. And I think our militia now, we should be on our 20. There we go. So what we're going to need to do is utilize these guys to make a tiny bit of money. We have bandit... Oh, look at that. One right next to us. So I'm actually going to come into their land here before we fight. So I don't have to deal with the bodies. And I was looking which settlement we would take next. This would be a basic food settlement where we probably would take the first... what's it called? The first development in the holdings because it gives you double on these. However, I am looking at this one, and we have clay there. This would be a big moneymaker right here. Because we have plenty of food, and then just hammer out raw clay and clay. What's it called? Roof tiles. Well, they've already come out to meet me, which is good. Let's get that on. And there we go. Shield wall in. I'm trying not to lose too many here. Hopefully we don't lose any, but we'll see. Going to be just average bandit fun, you know. Let's get them pushing forward here. Let's see if we can make them pay. Our effectiveness is better. We have the numbers. I don't know if... Yeah, that's good. Right, take them down. We don't want to lose anyone, so that'd be great if we don't. Perfect. There you go, guys. You can come out of the old shield wall there. And we'll take that to nearest town. Hopefully we get ourselves what's it called? So I think you get some food from them sometimes. But this is great because this just means now that I can put in our farms. And I'm also going to go ahead and get the apiary in. Because there is a bit of synergy with that one. And we want chickens in that one when we can. We just need more planks. Well, let's continue with our little garden things the moment we get these planks. So guys, you need to hurry up. We're going to have to import the tools from the marketplace as well to keep up, but that's fine. And we are also going to get in our next farm. Now, what I'm going to do, hopefully, is utilize this as our reference point. I should be able to get a pretty decent farm right there, as you can see. So, we've got the one bit of honey for these two. I'm actually going to put a third farm. Now what I'm going to do is try and rotate until it's good. It might not be good altogether. That's not bad. So I'm thinking that. So that's not bad either. We'll get 3 farms around this kind of thing. So they'll be our next ones. They're only singular, but that's okay. And there's our trading post. So this one, I'm going to go straight into pelts. I mean, we don't need to keep any. And we will unlock the trade route for that one. That's going to be the start of our money. It's going to give us everything we need for our thingy. So we're just waiting on some more logs before we can do anything in the saw pit. Because as it stands, there isn't any in there. So I'm going to permanently assign our ox to the thingy. We're going to order another one. Also want to know, as that honey comes in, which still lives under food, I believe. Is that right? Yeah. We're going to be exporting all of that, so we don't want any. Now, this is a major trade. So I'm also going to establish that one, but we will be getting in relatively, well, not loads, but we're going to get in a few. I'm going to get one more just opposite here. Let's go for 2, actually. We'll get double honey plots. And then we'll get a farm either side, hopefully. And that should be our main middle farming bit, and then we can build out this way. I'm going to change it, so we'll do the church and pub in this bit, I think. And we officially have the planks to get the rest of this done. We'll get our next chicken coop. So that should do just to tick us over a tiny bit for now. We're going to expand that burgage plot. And honestly, we'll wait on those ones. They're going to be pig pens as well. Actually, now thinking the way the ox work, they actually go back to the hitching post unless you assign a person to them. So I need to consider that as well. We will be upgrading those early on too. And we're going to get 1 in the trade post just to stock this up as well. And then we'll be buying in. Let's get 2. We'll buy in what we need soon. I'm not in a rush to get these. I want to get the retinue up once we've got the stone. But I need to get the church first. And then we're in a good place. But the town is already looking pretty good. Just coming into the first winter here. We've got enough to get through. We've got 9 months of fuel, 4 months of food. I think we're going to do church here. I think pub will go somewhere over here, actually. I don't want them next to each other. So, as I said, these are going to be honey. I just need 50 regional wealth on each. Hopefully, we can get some happening. So, yield is pretty low, but we get a little bit. Obviously, it's winter, but when we come into the new year, we should be good. There we go. Plenty of gold coming in now. I should be able to get in my next lot. So, we'll get our second lot of pigs. Now, key thing to note here is all of these pigs are then going to be sausages. We've got enough small game on the meat front to keep them going, and we'll have a little tick over for eggs and chicken as we expand as well. But for the most part, that's what we'll do. So we've already got 4. We've got 4 pigs, 6 chickens, so it's going to be good. And then we're going to need the pasture space and the animals. So livestock trading post, let's get it right here. Now this whole land is really fertile, so let me just show you. So Emma fertility, the whole thing is green apart from the patch we're building here. So I think the first lot will be this way. Rye is obviously amazing. Barley is good, and so is flax. So realistically, flax fields should go in this section if we're going to do them. I'm not sure yet. We might do. I'm thinking wool and a bit of flax just to have a play with all of the clothing options. And the church is almost done as well, so we'll be well into tier 2. Now, the only ones I'll be doing tier 2 early on is going to be the farms. These guys here are probably going to stay at tier 1, but we're going to need to consider where our operational tier 2 buildings are going to go as well. What I'll do is turn both of these into goats over here so we can start building up those hides just for later. And there's our next farm. We'll get that vegetable garden in. We'll get that one high priority to get that going. And perfect. Still getting a little bit ticking in just as we go through. I think I'll actually wait for this to hit tier 2. And we'll make those... We'll make one as pollen. No, let's not do that. We need a separate section for the tier 2s. And honestly, these are going to be slightly more industrial over here then. and there. So they're going to be some tier 2 builds there. So we'll probably get, again, large shields. They're not going to be the money maker, as I've had explained to me a few times. Small shields are better, but it's to fill out our spear militia first. So we have 26 that we can use, so we're going to need to buy in the spears as well. But I want to get the basics set up first. And I think I can make this one a veggie garden. So this is a relatively okay size one. This is just going to be some carrots just to tick over, I think. We've got the 3 larger ones around here, so they're going to be really good. We're going to mainly just be beetroots for these guys, though. But it does cost a lot of money to get them up and running. And there's our first bit of honey going into the trading post there as well, which is really good. There's our second lot of goats. So 2 lots of goats in, 2 lots of pigs now, 2 lots of chicken. This one I'm also making a pen. That's going to be a 3rd pigs, because we're going to need them sausages. Just going to bring the plank numbers back down to 100 now. We have loads, and we're probably going to go and deal with another bandit camp. Actually, this is easy money, right? So, where is it? I'm leaving one just quite far away. As long as they're not in my neighbouring, we're okay. One relatively close there, so we're just going to bring these guys this way. Wow, that is a nasty hill they'd have to fight on if we can get to there. That is disgusting. I'm going to try that. And we'll track their movements. 365 days. That's how long we've got now to get our spear militia up. Right, as our berries are growing, we're going to unpause this and build the herb garden. And then we just need 20 more coin. So 3 more coin for another ox. And look at that. We've got beetroots coming in already. Ah, check us out. This is great. And livestock trading post is officially in also. So sheep are not far away. And they started fighting without me looking. So they won the fight, but we lost a handful of them, which is a bit annoying, but we'll take it. Completely forgot about that. Don't know how we lost any. I think you need shield wall and push forward. They're pretty useless without the shield wall into that, to be honest, but that's okay. We're going to take this camp and we're going to send resources to nearby town. Thank you very much. All right, let's get the ox in and let's continue getting some of these upgraded. So there's our beetroots. This one's being a bit weird, actually. I don't see the farm. I don't see it, but the yield is there. So I think it's okay. I might upgrade it and then we'll be good. Let's get our first tier 2 in. And then these guys are going to be another tier 2. We're going to need 1 more in the storehouse, and we're also going to need to upgrade it. So let's get that the highest. Granary's okay for now. And then stone miners camp. Stone gatherers camp will get 1 person just ticking that one up as well. So we're all good there. And the first year did officially finish, and there is our tiny town. I forgot, actually, we need to go and check out our friend over here. How are you guys doing? They do seem to get up pretty well established quite early on, don't they? It's quite good, actually. They seem to get the granary up to tier 2, like, instantly. Which is cool. I think I'm going to get a second person in the granary just to offload the houses too, so we can get that family kind of moving things over. Because as it stands, that's not happening very quick. And we're going to go ahead and get honey in both of those. And then 1 more farm over here. Yeah, that's better. We'll get 1 more farm there. That will do for now, though. Building a fair bit. And we're ready for upgrades over here. Not going to let that happen, though. And then we'll just get in some, let's just say cabbage over there. Why not? Cost us a lot of money just for the sheer size here. I'm still concerned that this, being weird, by the way, but this one hasn't quite got the farm land on it. I think it's just not showing it because they do dig them in, but it's inside the grass, if that makes sense. So we'll leave them to it. Let's get a sheep in. So we're going to say import 2 sheep. And we're going to need a pasture. So where do we want our pasture spaces? We want them low. So I'm going to go over here. First one. I think pasture spaces work better than they used to now. We're just going to get 1 in here for now. We'll get multiple, but that little space there is good. Just out of the way. Okay, we're going to start the spear import. I'm going to do the usual of 5. It's pretty expensive, but I'm going to get it done because it is needed. And then as these come in here, look, I can start shields from the planks. We have crazy amounts. I could also sell planks, but I'm going to need to buy in tools by next year as well. So I also need to consider that. I would partly like to grab this even more, but the 2 against that growing seems to be good. And there we go. We've hit the medium village now. Good job. That's more influence. I'm actually thinking about it. I probably want to get this retinue up. So, where do we want our manor house? And I am going to build a proper thingy. Oh, up here would be pretty damn cool, wouldn't it? Too steep to build. We'd almost need to go... Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Up here it is. Hopefully that doesn't hinder us too much. But this is probably a silly place to place it because it will take them ages to build. But I'm going to do it anyway. We're just going to commit the absolute basics to it because it will take some time. But I am going to also just bring a road this way into the main. So nice steep road there. And then we're going to bring just the road up to it like that as well for now. And then that should look pretty cool once it's built. And then we'll fix that. We'll get some walls up in there. Great defensive position should we need it as well. And now this is in. I should be able to get the joiner's workshop. Okay, let's get these up to tier 2. So we'll have all the farms with better storage. And then everything else is good. Right, if we look here, we have 3 hides coming in as well. So we could either sell normal hides or we refine them into shoes and sell the shoes. I think I'm going to sell the shoes. And there's our first 5 spears in as well. So I don't think they're that expensive, to be honest. Is it 10 a spear? It only cost me 50 then. So 12 a spear. Not bad, really. I mean, it's enough for us to get these going. So once we've got our large shields, let's set a reserve on the planks here. So stop producing if there's less than 20 planks. Then we should be able to open that trade once we've filled out our militia here. So we've got the numbers. We just need the spears plus the shields. All right, someone is in here, so we can get that to tier 2. Then we'll put in the business. I'm not sure what we're going to get in there just yet. All right, we have 2 sheep. There they are. Hello, my little sheepies. The start of something great, which is going to be a woolly empire. And there's the large village. Getting through really well just on these tier 2 houses here. I'm not going to be doing any more other than whether there's a requirement for the business, like here. So, what do we want to do here? I'm going to need the tailor workshop. But do I want to sacrifice these workers for that? I think I am. But in the meantime, we also need to consider things like maybe moving it into the sausages early on. So we want to convert that pork that we're getting into them. And at some point, we are going to be saying get rid of some sheep, right? We want to get to a certain number. And I've been told the number's about 100 to keep a sustained tier 3 city later on. But I will go more, no doubt. It will be a while on tier 2. We want to build up our money, really. So I'm going to get another joiner's workshop over here. And there we go. We're up to 21 now. That didn't take long, did it? How's the manor house doing? They started transferring goods there, yeah? They have. That's going to take some time up there, but I think it's going to be worth it. And it means I can spawn in the retinue from here when the raiders come. So we're already up on the hill. We have 83 stone in place, so we're all good. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the granary whilst we can. Let's get that to the highest. Just get it completely done. And I think our capacity for food and stuff's looking pretty good. We got good amounts, a bit of everything really. And there we go. We'll leave this one doing small shields now. So we'll say do not do any unless there's planks. We have 20. Always do small shields there. Planking, we'll get a second person in because actually we got quite a bit of timber. So let's start hammering out those. Oh, there's a shrine over here already on the map. Don't necessarily need it. Do we get anything for it? I'm going to leave it there. That comes with the territory. I'm just going to pause the livestock trading post. We have the 2 in, but I'm just going to see if a lamb comes about of it. I'm going to just get that worker back for now to get all the building done. Now, bear in mind the cabbages cost considerably more than the carrots. I'm just waiting for a tiny bit more money to get the carrots in over here as well. And look at those beetroots. 87 beetroots in right now. Oh, people are going to be happy. And there we go. We can get the carrots in. That's my last little purchase on the houses for a bit. Now we need to focus up making sure that births happen from the thingies and we get in a few more pigs across the board as well. But I don't have too much problem. The pork is going up nicely, so eventually we'll be able to make sausage. We've got technically the equivalent of 16 sausages there if we do it right. So let's go for a couple more bigger houses over here. Not big, but do I want double plots here? Probably not, actually. Singular's good. Yeah, that looks good right there. Honestly, we've got the logs. Let's just get in a few. So we'll just get 4 more smaller houses there. And then if we need them into businesses, we'll be good. Another bandit camp on the border. Let's go ahead and deal with that. This time I'll keep a close eye so we don't actually lose them. Should Be able to pull them over here though. Should be fine. There we go. We can hold them right here. Get them on the shield wall there beforehand. Turn that way. There you go. And we'll enjoy the clash of steel once more. Smash them. And then we'll make sure we get the push forward on these, because that is the most important thing here. Now we have 25 here. 90%. Why are the brigands got better thingy than us? I don't know, but their numbers are gone. We shouldn't lose any here. And with this one, we're going to send to nearest town once again. So these are going to come in really handy as a builder. We have enough to take the second zone if we need to. We should probably go deal with that bandit camp before these raiders come, actually. This will help us get our spears in. So if we go and kind of draw them in over here. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll use those guys to get some more money from that bandit camp. And I am going to hopefully now open up. Now remember, our trade routes are going to be more expensive. Yeah, you can see already we don't have enough to open the large shields, which would have been nice because we have quite a few spare. So let's get this number up. Just wondering, early money wise, would we be better off going for cogs, wooden parts here? Doesn't tell me how much they're worth though. It's a major trade, 384. What's the small shield? 384. So we may as well grab the small shields. We have enough for these. We're obviously going to need more, but I wonder if we flip to this as well. So it's 2 planks makes 1 wooden part. We have the shields. Let's do it. Let's set this once again in similar fashion. So we're going to be pretty clinical with how we make stuff. We'll make 40 ready so we can get that purchased should we need it as well, because we're almost there for the small shields, which should bring in more money. We don't want to be in the trees. I'm hoping I can pull them in. Here would be perfect. Here they come. So, yep, that's really good. We should be able to shield wall this one and give this a quick win here. We've got major effectiveness here. So we're going to push forward as quick as we can. It should be really quick work. And we'll take that one as well. This is going to go to nearest town. And we're going to use those resources now to open up that trade route. So before I do anything else, we're going to go small shields. We don't want any of those. Eventually I might use them, but we're going to sell every single one of those into there. Alrighty, so I am going to start the sheep farming. And we will put this... Oh, this is interesting, actually. Let's go right here. I'm going to keep the farms... This is a bit of a walk, but that's okay. We're going to bring this over here. So eventually we will get into some bread and baking. But for now, I genuinely want to just get the sheepies up and running, because we'll be okay from that standpoint. We're always going to have loads of berries and beetroots at the moment, as you can see, loads of them. And then meats. Meat's looking pretty good, just from that small amount. So, and I see 8 hides as well. So that's actually pretty good. I might do a mixture here of maybe 1 more pigs, then 2 more. So we'll have 4 lots producing hide. Almost feel like the chickens might not be the best place. I guess it's technically double extra, but I don't know, later on you might need animal produce to come in the tier 3. I have full disclaimer, I haven't gone to tier 3. I beat the game last time at tier 2 only. So, oh, before we forget, we need to import tools as well. So I'm going to say always have 4. Not going to open that trade route. It is a minor one, so we should still get some purchases there. Let's actually stop and have another little look. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have a main... It's almost like a main high street, right? We're going to have it... So it'll probably be farmland coming out this way with the sheep, and then normal farmland also between us and the manor house. I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, manor house is 2 stone away from being completed as well. And there we go. We've got our sheep farm. So I'm going to get 1 in. So this should start to yield the wool. And honestly, I'd be very tempted to grab this clay. I think I'm going to do it. Just grab this clay up. Oh, it does use my tool. Let's do it anyway. That will be enough for us to get the tiles to upgrade our church without having to purchase them, right? What I'm going to do is just get this one fully established, and then we'll go ahead and claim the back region here. Now, this is going to be a very different settlement in the way that it's going to be... Like the 2 are major mushrooms and animals, so it's a bit of a boring one, actually. What are you? This is another farm zone. So it's got rich berries. So So that would, and nothing else. So that's fertile land again. So that's good for the farming empire. Actually, this one here has the deep stone. So this could be an industrial one right here. And that would be really good because we can make mortar and polished stone, which also sell really, really good now. You've got much better options for selling. Yeah, you can really abuse the food right now, can't you? Now, you're going to see this number a little bit higher because I've got spoilage down to 50% as opposed to normal. Just because I wanted to see how much I can make. I'm also... Let's get linen going. What is it? Clothier shop we're going to need. Or is it... Yeah, it's yarn from the weaver's workshop, right? So if we just get... How do I want it? Let's get it here. A little bit closer to this section. So I spent all my money on making sure we got veg set up first. And I think it worked out quite well. And we have our retinue in. Yay! So it is built over here. Lovely. My tiny, tiny manor house away from everything else. Let's get a fuel stockpile on there as well. And we've got 2 lambs. There we go. So it begins. The sheepy empire. So this one over here then I think is going to be a tier 2. That's going to be our first clothier. I'm going to try and make that. And then the clay pit, we're going to get 1 or 2 mining. Let's get 2. We'll just take that out as quick as we can. And we'll get in the clay furnace. Honestly, clay furnace, you may as well go over here next to the other industry stuff. We'll get 1 in the weaver's workshop, so hopefully we can start turning that wool into yarn. I don't know if yarn is one going in the house anymore. We'll find out. I can't remember or don't know. And honestly, before I forget, the charcoal kiln. Let's get 1 in. I completely forget now because I'm so used to unlocking it before. You'd no longer need to unlock it, right? So let's get a charcoal kiln in and we can double our firewood output anyway. Which I think is filthy. And there's the yarn. Yarn is in. I'm going to get a couple of smaller houses this way. Don't mind if they have a longer garden. That is okay. Just to make sure we've got them ready. Let's go for... Don't want a double. I want a few in here as well. There we go. Just start building towards that. And then I think in terms of these, we're going to need another person in the granary. But for now, we're good. I don't think the yarn goes into there, which is fine. But I can get the tailor's workshop in. And I'm really excited because I'm yet to do the clothing. So it's something I really want to do. And we are going to populate the charcoal kiln now. And I think, honestly, I can turn off firewood in here momentarily. And we'll switch to just charcoal. I'll wait until we've established a good amount, though, before we do that. Right, let's turn on the livestock trading post. Let's import 2 more sheep. Let's just start ramping up that birth. So 2 sheep, 2 lambs. Let's get it moving. And I think we now have our clay furnace. So I'm going to acquire refueling there. And we have 20 charcoal already. Wow. So what is it for this? I think we need to buy in 10 mortar and the stones. So we're going to need... The mortar is a minor trade, so I don't need to unlock that one. We'll get 10 of those in, and then we're going to need a major trade 504. So we're going to have to cut stone ourselves, because that's an expensive one. Costs 1 tool. We're buying them in anyway, so I will get that over here as well. Let's look at getting some more animals in. I get 2 more chickens here. Just so we got a good mixture. And then there's going to be 1 more carrot farm in this little section over here as well. I know that I'm going pretty quickly, guys, but I've got in my head what I'm trying to do. So that's the only reason why. Decent enough farm right there. We'll go for that as another one here. It's very similar to that. And let's populate the stonemason station. It is time to get those in for our upgraded church. And clothier, we need to make sure we're selecting the right thing. So, woolen clothing. 1 yarn equals 1 clothes. And then you can do linen clothing. And a gambeson is 2 linen to 1 gambeson as well. So we can start making that. We're going to say, don't worry about the amount of yarn. Do not have a production limit. We're going to stockpile these. Let's see how they get on with using these. And there we go. We have our maxed spear militia now. So we are more than ready to deal with the impending attack, I think. I wouldn't mind getting a second lot in. I think I'm going to have the population for it. But these 2 alone should be more than enough, I think, to fight it off. Maybe get 1 more spear militia in, and then we're good. Yeah, let's do that. And then I think we're going to get a 3rd farm synergized with these 2 again. So we're going to try and bring that how big we want this one, if I'm honest. Let's see if we can get this in a way that is a pretty big farm. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'm not aiming for perfect sizes. That will do. So I want to point out the charcoal, I think, needs tuning down. It is so good. We have stupid amounts already. This is insane. With a modest yield, it's enough to do loads. Oh, bandit camp. Nice. Bring me the money. I'll just grab one of our smaller squads here. Oh, we're not going to deal this. We got raiders coming. Let's just wait. Raiders are 3 days away, so we don't want to deal with that bandit camp just yet. I am, however, going to bring these guys out ready because they take ages. So I'm just going to get them out. And here we go. They are coming in from the top. Don't think I'll need my retinue, to be honest, actually. Let's disband them. I think these two will be just fine. And we'll hopefully bring them in here. Looks like only 2 lots coming in anyway. Wonder which way they'll decide to come. Oh, they may come up the hill. Let's use these retinue then, actually. Going to be in the trees, which is going to be annoying, so we've got to be really careful here. Yeah, they're coming up. They may even go to the other guy's settlement. I hope they don't. I want to keep him. And here they come. Ready in a shield wall. As they run down the hill here. Oh, that is a hill to fight on right there. Right in front of the manor house. See, we'll have walls here eventually. It'll look really cool.
Here we go, boys.
Here we go indeed. Are they coming for my retinue? They are. That's dangerous by them. You can do that all you want, but you're going to wish you didn't. There we go. We'll bring these around here, hopefully. We'll collapse them in. You guys just stand there. You hit them in the back there. Let's get them off the shield wall. And you guys come in the side. How are you guys doing? Want to push forward now? There we go. The surround retinue coming in there as well. Not a thing you'd want to be in the middle of right there. How are you doing, retinue? You can push forward as well. Effectiveness not great, to be honest. Let's pull them back. I don't want any of them to die because they cost money, if I'm honest, so I'm just going to disband them. We'll use these two. They're almost done. Go on, boys. Lovely. Right, we're going to have... We didn't lose any of our own, but there'll be some bodies probably to mop up, so we probably want to get that corpse pit in real quick. Let's just chuck it over here. And there we go. Back to it now. I am looking good on everything. And we now have 13 roof tiles. Let's see how we get on. I don't think you can get dressed stone from this, actually, now that I think about it. So this was really pointless. I don't think this can do anything. No, it can't. Let's get rid of that. I forgot about that. So we are going to have to purchase in that dressed stone. Apparently, I lost a retinue. We already have our 10 mortar in, so that's fine. So the dressed stone then is going to be 20 of those. Very expensive to unlock. It's going to be the only thing stopping us getting to tier 3. Not that we need it right now. I think we can establish all the other things before we do that, but look at that. Pigs, chicken, goats, all looking really good. I think those clothes are being consumed rather fast. If I have a look at the tailor workshop, how are you doing? Have you produced any yet? We got yarn. Yarn's gone as well, so it's almost instant, wasn't it? Do we pause? Can you take it off the marketplace, maybe? Tell them not to produce, not to consume the clothing yet. And we'll get them to kind of leave it in the store for now. Right, there's the corpse pit they want us to deal with, so we'll just chuck one in there to quickly bury those bodies. I'm not going to plant a forest until we get a little bit further in. I think I'm going to get them to chop all these down and decide where we'll put our logging camp afterwards. Oh, 13 of my stockpiling hides have just been stolen by the cheeky bandit camp. Get out of here, man. Alright, quickly smash through this bandit camp here. We've got the shield wall on and a push forward, so it should be as good as instant. Good stuff. I'm going to use this one to go straight out to the next bandit camp as well. So I'll quickly maybe tell them not to sprint so I can keep their energy, and then we're going to go attack. Where is the other one? Has it gone? Go nearest town again. Where's the other bandit camp? There was one down here. Seems to have gone now. There we go. We're up to 8 in the pasture now. There is 4 lambs. Hoping for a bit more birth as they grow up as well. Okay, I can open up the stone, but I don't think that's right. We either need to save for these or the large shields to bring in more money. I think 720 for the shields is pretty crazy though. So we might want to look at getting some war bows or something in, something easy to sell that's got a cheaper rate. Okay, let's start a couple of fields. We've almost got enough. Let's get our first lot in. So if I say, might move the sheep into this bit actually, because this is some pretty good area for starting our first bit of farming. I don't know if the old methods will work, so I'm thinking maybe 3 lots of 1.5 Morgan. We obviously don't want to go up the thingies. That will do. We want these on rotation, right? We don't want to go into the hunting camp. Actually want that to be a little bit bigger. That's almost perfect. There we go. There's our first 3 farms that we'll get there. Do we want to go straight 6 actually? I think we do. Soon that stone will be gone. So let's go the other side of this as well. There we go. There's the first 3 farms that we get on a rotation. And I'll try the old ways with the rotation when we've got it. So we'll have 1 each year. Then we'll integrate beer afterwards. It looks like pollination also works. So we might want to get a couple of houses through here for that. So we'll keep that in mind as well. The same goes for the other 3. So we should be some pretty good stuff here. And we'll make sure they're all good. I'm excited to get into the farming actually. I'm just going to double check these. Yep, we're all good there. They're 90%. That's fine. So we got our 6 setup of farms over here. Once this stone disappears, there's only 9 left actually. Let's just turn that back on to get rid of those. We'll get the start of that over here. It should be okay for a windmill there as well. I'm going to get a couple of houses in pollination area for this. And honestly, that would be a good house for the farmers. So if I can move them into this afterwards, that would be really good. Same with that. Let's start with 2 pollinated thingies in there. And that's going to look really good when we come in. Look at that, man. The shot. This almost looks like the pond is part of ours too, and I really like that. I don't want to destroy that pond at all. That's really nice. Keeping it really minimal on the tier 2 at the moment for requirement purposes. Those clothes still being consumed, so I need to be wary of that. I may as well let them use it, it seems. Some of them are taking them anyway. I have heard you've got to produce loads, so all we need is lots of sheep. Until we get that, there's no point. Alright, shall we get our first farmhouse in? Let's do it. These guys that move in will put into the farmhouse, so we'll make sure that is their job. Kind of makes sense to me. And I'm going to spend the money. I know we're waiting for a trade route to open up, but we're okay. We'll get both of these doubled up. That's 4 that will go into this farmhouse. So hopefully work on these farms, right? In their spare time, they do some honey. In the rest of the time, they farm the fields. There we go. There's the farmhouse. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to pause it. So no one's in there. Then we can assign them from these 2, hopefully. Get both of these upgraded. It's going to be some time before they're fully populated anyway, because we're on 2 families a year actually. So no, maybe not actually. So we might be able to get families in. Here, fresh bandit camp. Once again by our settlement. I like that. I will take it. We've almost got our 2 full ones. This is going to be enough to get our wooden part trade set up. I know we're going to need the stones. I do think we're going to snowball money very soon though as well. So we'll start selling every single item that we can. Here we go. Nice big shield wall. Let's get it. Full speed. Push forward. Go, go, go. There we go. Nice quick muller. I wish you could set it so the bandit camps were larger. That would be good. Or over time, later they get bigger or something, you know? Slightly bigger raiders. I don't know. Something like that. Now, I'm going to send to town purely because I want to unlock that trade route. So we're going to unlock the wooden parts. Boom. We'll get those done. And then I can set this one, not small shields. We can set this up to 50. We'll sell as many as we can. I'm going to look to one more house over this way that's also going to become a tailor. Now, I'm keeping the tailors over this way. Do I double this up, actually? I think I double that up. I'm going to get some larger tailor ones over there. Should be good. And look at that big sale of all that wood straight away. Oh, that's beautiful. Everything's getting stupidly pricey. Now, that is all down to, just let me remind you, this, trade routes are more costly. I think 20% more. So that is the price we pay to have the other stuff. So sheep being more resilient, effective hunting camps, and durability on clothing decrease. So that's the main thing, because we are going for a woolly trade here eventually. And you're probably thinking, why haven't I taken a second settlement yet? It's pretty simple. I just don't want to yet. I like doing it. I don't know. I just like perfecting one. But look at this. There it is. The money shall roll. So we can get the tier 2. I'm going to grab the dressed stone. It's a bit annoying that we've got to waste all that money to get it, but I am going to do it. Right, we have families in. So I'm going to assign them to the farmhouse here. And as I turn that on, I think, to be fair, I can do that now. So I'm going to remove everyone else. Just make sure they are assigned to here. Oh, we need to do it manually, right? But I don't normally do this. Let's assign you to the farmhouse. We could do ploughing station as well. That does remind me, I probably want to keep buying those in. And we have 8 lambs now, guys. So 12 in the pasture in total. So it is starting to speed up just now. And you see we're on 40 hides dealing here. So I'm going to be able to make those shoes and pump it out. I think this is honestly the effective way to get loads of money. In turn, we'll be able to tax them based on our regional wealth and make loads of money. Also worth noting, the moment you take your second settlement, that's where the king's tax comes in. That's why I'm also holding off on that. I think now we need to get our well upgraded also. I'm going to go ahead and get a... I'm actually going to put one over by the farm. Just because it looks better. And then we're going to deconstruct the stone gatherer's camp because that is now finished. Really happy with how this is shaping up. Look at it from here. When that tier 3 comes in downtown here, it's going to be nice. Got that big hill castle that will go on there. I think some industry will be able to go up to here. I think this is as far as we can kind of build because it gets too steep. And we're going to get that expanded, then upgraded once they're in. But it's going to take some time. We're aiming for these guys first, as I said. And it's also going to take some doing for them to plough the field until the second families get in on these. I may as well turn... I think the clothing goes bad or something. So I may as well turn it on the marketplace. To at least make them happy because it keeps disappearing. I think it's just down to us not making that much wool and yarn at the moment. So, and there's our second lot, so we can get those assigned to here. So farmers will be nice and close to their house. That's 2 lots now, and we will get this is upgraded, so hopefully when I assign these 2 there, we'll be good to go. And then I'm going to buy in another one. So we're now up to 8 oxen. So that is good. And we've got them over here. So the ploughing, I think they've made this way more efficient than it used to be. I don't know, because I never used to upgrade it. But with a perk point, it seemed like a waste to be able to plough based on that, right? So I envision my money pumping up rather rapidly very soon as well. Just contemplate. Oh, we have 4 of those lambs have just grown. No, 2 more of those lambs just grown up. So that is way more wool that's going to come in. Now, I do believe the lambs do not produce in the winter. There we go. We have our 3rd family here that I can now assign to the farmhouse. So I don't know the perfect ratio from farmhouse to fields here because you need to start threshing, but I used to always use 4. I'm going to play around with it and assign 2 as we need. If I need more houses around it, I will do that. But for the meantime, that's what we're going to do. And there is our church stone inn. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that one. I don't know what it requires from this standpoint, but I'm going to make sure that we are no longer importing the dressed stone. It's pretty expensive. We may need that for tier 3. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. And there is our next clothing house. So that needs to be expanded. So our next one will be coming in there. After that, we've got a couple more spaces. I need to consider our next couple of industries. So I'm going to get a couple of smaller ones in here. These 3 are going to be different types. I'm going to get 1 bowyer in to sell because they're nice and cheap. And then maybe 1 or 2 more clothiers should we need them eventually, right? As it stands, though, we have our army that we need, really. For now, there is no need to go anymore. I'm going to up the tools to 6. Just so we've got them. And I'm going to turn off the mortar import now. We just wasted quite a bit of cash on that. And again, to the dressed stone, I think we purchased another 20. And we have our 4th in here. There we go. So, next family, sorry, wrong one, is this one. You're going to assign to there. So we have our 4 in here. we're going to see quite a bit of yield from there. So let's start prepping for when we're going to make that into at least the flour, right? So windmill efficiency, I guess higher up is better. We've got a 92, 97, 98, 100% right there. So let's go in that section there. Now, I can either turn houses into it, which I'm tempted to start over here with a couple of baking houses, but then it won't fit in with the synergy. I want it to kind of be in the middle. Or we just get a communal oven. Communal oven could fit in quite nicely over here. I am going to stick in another pasture over here. I kind of want this to be a bit farmland, so I'm going to snap it around these. I think that would look pretty cool. And there we go. We can get this clothier upgraded now as well. So that'll be our second one coming in. Not that we need it yet, but I'm just prepping it ready. And I need to consider with the 48 hides, when are we going to do shoes, you know? Now, I do want to point out we're already 4 years in. I am flying through. Got a bit excited with myself, but I'm taking my time, just chilling, enjoying it, soaking it all in. And our tier 2 church actually has just finished off. There it is. Beautiful. And the town now really has come into its own. So it would have to be now. So we'd go barley. 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 I think we have enough to do it. I mean, let's just start building it up, right? And if it really starts to affect the fertility, we'll knock that down and have our own separate section. Not going to go into flax so much. It is going to be through woolen clothing, I think, is going to be the main play. We probably could purchase in more sheep, but I'm going to let that naturally do its thing as they grow up. And we are going to just try and get more money going still. And here we go. Second clothier is in now. That's going to lose a few of our workers, but that's okay. We've actually filled up these houses super fast. So we're going to need more. And I think I'm going to get one more in the farming area. So shall we keep these something else? There is a bandit camp that's shown its face. Let me build a road around the well here. Let's build a dead-end road just to there. And let's get another 2 along here. Another 2 doubles. So we can accommodate quite a few fields with these guys. There we go. That should be everyone that needs to move in. Let's see where that bandit camp came from. Right on my border once again. So let's deal with that. Oh, they're coming out already. So we need to deal with them right here. In a shield wall. Oh god, we're going to get caught out a little bit here, which is a bit annoying. We should be okay though. No, we're fine. That was right on our border, wasn't it? And now we're going to go to my treasury. We're going to start building a bit of that wealth because I don't need it coming in anymore. You can see my regional wealth is going really nicely. And I can probably sacrifice a tiny bit of happiness for a little bit of tax now. And I'm not going to go crazy. Just going to do maybe... Let's go 5% tax, you know. And I'll, remember, it is a partial based on your regional wealth. So it benefits us keeping that up. Then we'll get our retinue maxed out. These, once again, I mean, they don't all need to be honey. I think we could probably get away with some chicken, but I am going to do them as honey anyway. Okay, we got raiders on the border too. Okay, we'll deal with these. With just these 2. Right, there's 3 lots this time, so we'll shield wall them. This is going to give us so much reputation. I don't like what this one's doing over here, to be honest. Is that going to start burning my stuff down? What are you all doing? Come this way. No, they're coming in from the side. We're good. So you can push forward then. You just stay defensive for now. You've ripped that one. You push forward as quick as you can and then get in on this, please. Go, go, go. How are you guys doing? If I push forward, are you going to be a problem? Don't think so. No, we're fine. Lost one over here. And then we'll get those sprinting on that. Boom. Job done. Right, I've preemptively put a couple of people in the corpse pit to deal with that as well. But that is some serious influence that we've just gained from that as well. Okay, so we need to build a fence across all of these eventually as well. I forgot about that, which we will do when we get more sheep. At the moment, we've got 16, well, 10 lambs though. So we will get that in as well. It's just one thing to consider at the moment. And we're going to get our Bowyer's workshop in. Going to preemptively get that set up as a export. Not crossbows, because we don't have those, but we'll buy in the warbows. Don't want any of those. Maybe keep 10? I could, but I don't think we're going to need them. And we'll go straight into these. So always have 30 planks or something, that'll do. And I'm now going to start the salt pit. So we're going to grab this one in. I don't like the location of this one by the farms, but it is what it is. It's not the best. Not the best, but we'll allow that to just start mining in anyway. And I think we can safely start to trade in to a few more sheep now. Let's go to 20. It's going to cost us a bit, but I'm going to get them in slowly. All right, what should we do in here? Do we want to start thinking about our butchery here for sausages? I think so. We're going to get 2 of those in. I don't need the workers right now, so we're just going to do it. And we're going to get this popping with two lots of salt miners here. Now we're going to need some generic workers once again. So where do we want to stick some of these is my next question. So this is probably going to be sheep. I think I'm feeling a couple more houses this way. And then we can assign them to the salt mine. Actually, now that I think about it, that's probably a sensible way to do it. And we don't necessarily need them to be anything other than some double houses, right? So we're going to go for you. Bit smaller garden here. I don't know, some basic chickens or something. That's what I'm thinking, at least, anyway. And I can sneak a little one in there as well. Here we're going to give all 3 of these chickens. When they move into these, I'm going to assign to these businesses respectively here. So these are doubles. So we can start mining in that. Then we can start milling up the flour also, because it's not going to be far away. We're also going to need a malt house, which is going to go over here also. So I think malt house is good just to squeeze in this bit as well. A little bit of its own little industry area. I can get a couple more houses maybe in here as well. I'm just going to leave the 6 in this farmhouse, and then the other one I'm going to assign when they're needed to the mining pit. They're nice and close, and then the rest will go in here. Okay, look at this money. Ah, the tax is going to be great. Right, we can open that next big trade route if we want. I think I'm going to hold fire though. I'm going to just let the money build up a tiny bit because that's more money in my pocket. I can't get over how good, so just put in a few of these around it, honestly. They're so good. Everything feels great. So meadow environment can be increased by apiation, right? So we just need to make sure we make meadows and things. So as long as we do apiation, it builds these up. I don't think they need to be next to it, but I like to imagine that's the right way of doing it, right? Another bandit camp over here. We don't want that stealing from us, so we'll grab that. I'm now going to send all wealth to mine, though I don't need it to go in my pocket. And I think I can get my 12, or almost 11 into my retinue now as well. And there's another unassigned, so we're going to get that into the windmill. That's going to be our family over there. I have no intention of doing anything other than that. We're already in August, so I think, let me just double check. Harvesting is autumn, so next Tuesday, yeah, September. So we're going to be sorting all of this out, and that's going to be our first big yield in. It took me ages with the 4th year, so 3 years until I got all that done. But that's okay. And then a couple of these workers will get in this salt mine. And I need to go back over to my butchers. And we do not want to be killing my... Oh, I killed all my lambs. I'm an idiot. They love killing stuff. Damn it. So both of my butchers killed the lambs. That's okay. We're buying more sheep in anyway. So we'll set those to sausages now, so we shouldn't have any more murder. I was wondering why my food shot up a bit. And here comes the harvest. So that was what? Wheat, sheaves, and barley. Good. So we're going to have to let them do their thing. I need someone in the malt house. The next person that comes in goes over there. We should start to see the people grab what they need to make the flour. Then we need the bakery. I've got numbers that are a problem over here, but berries will be back in a moment. It's the problem when you make loads of tier 2s, tier 2 buildings. It takes all your people away. Now we're going to have a few moving in over here, but I do want to consider this section here probably for a few more houses. And I think they need to be some doubles, if I'm honest. See if we can get... Yeah, 3 doubles in there. That's 6 families. That's good. And then we'll get hopefully 2 more in here. There we go. 2 more in there. And honestly, with that, we're going to need to sort the marketplace out, which is going to be at capacity. Yep, it's almost at capacity here. Right, I'm going to untick firewood now because we've got a healthy amount of charcoal. So we want only charcoal in the marketplace. We have 205. And now we have someone that can go in the malt house. Beautiful. Now, only problem here is we're going to need to consider an ale house. Where are we going to put that? Someone to brew, sorry. I think the brewery goes here. We might get 2. Let's start with just the 1. And then we'll get the pub. Ooh, where do I want the pub, actually? As we build this way, I think it would be nice to get the pub over this one. I'm going to attempt it over here. Because I don't want it by the church. That leaves us relative distance to get over here, right? Bandits stealing. Let's deal with that as well. Here they come. Silly sausages. Let's go. Be a nice quick kill once again. The more XP we get with these, the craziest it gets, right? There we go. We'll send this into this. Regional wealth is already looking hefty here. And just at a 5% tax, we'll be able to build this up pretty well. And each time we send to nearby town, we're actually getting quite a lot of food off them and stuff. And look at that. 30 sausages in already. Yes. The Empire shall redeem. And we got our sheep coming back in as well. I feel really stupid for letting that to happen. Come on then. Let's have a look. I love how it just keeps expanding. I've got a bit of a plan still. Again, still going to come a little bit this way. But it needs to go up into the rolling area here, these plains. That already is ripe for farmland though, for sure, around this area. So we'll work around the salt deposit, I think. To the malt now. We have our first barley coming in, which is great. So we really need to turn that into the brewery when we can. So let's get this moving. And we have a band of raiders decided they want to attack again. But where are they? They're over here. So we'll go deal with those in a moment. Alright, let's quickly deal with these then. We'll push forward on them. Only 2 came for some reason, so just need to... Oh, here they come. You guys just muller that one, and then you can come home. Job done. Right, as you can see then, we're already going to be making good cash. We've got 2.2k in here. We really need to look towards the second region. Now, I'm thinking a potential food region here. We could keep this tier 1, right? Make loads of farms, live off these 2 for the year, and then just sell everything else. That sounds silly, but I reckon we can make quite a bit of cash out of that. So, and we've got everything expanded over here. I just need to decide what we're putting in these. And I think these are going to be animal pens. And she partly tempted to go apiaries as well. I'll tell you what, we'll have 2 apiaries this side. Then we'll get animal pens this side. And these are going to be goats because we're going to start gearing up. We want to save loads, as I say, for the hides. We've already got 85, so doing pretty well. This one over here is going to be the brewery, isn't it? So we've got to get that working. Our pub did finish, but we're not quite ready for the ale yet. So I've got to get that one leveled up. It's going to take some time. Now we have our flour. I would like to make backyard bakeries as well. I'm tempted to maybe get rid of 1 or 2 of these. If we can get these upgraded. Yeah, let's destroy that and upgrade these. So we'll make do without those animals there. We'll make this bit a bit more industrial because we're going to be bunking up some over here anyway, right? So we'll do a 1-for-1 on that. There's a lot of travel time, but I'm going to put a backyard bakery extension on one of these. Okay, so we'll go... Do I want 2 bakeries? I think eventually we're going to need 2 bakeries. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to lose out on these. They're only singular families anyway, so that's fine. And there's quite a bit of wheat grain. So this family here, the unassigned one, I'm going to put in that mill as well. We've already got the full... Well, almost full salt, so we'll get another one in there as well. Actually, I think I'm going to make these pigs... I think that's sensible. Because we need more pork for sausages. And we need to switch both of these to normal bread. They actually were defaulted to rye bread. So 1 wheat flour on the backyard extension makes 2 bread as opposed to the communal, which is 1-for-1. So use the backyard ones if you can have them to spare. It's really important. All right, my 12 retinue are upgraded now as well. There's one thing I want to do here is take the wheat and barley. Let's take the farming stuff off here. So we don't want any of these. So we'll get rid of those materials from this large granary. We're going to build a second granary, just a one over here. Don't know if that's going to impact this one, but I'm going to stick it over this way for the farm goods. Let's put it this side. Because we don't want... So, yeah, we want the... Because I see the flour and stuff going in here. It's a long old way for them to travel to get this stuff to then bake. Although it's not bad for the bread making, actually. Maybe the flour can go in there. Yeah, let's put the flour in there, but the rest not. So we want the mill to have the grains and the threshed out grains. Then we want the bakery goods here. So we officially have bread, by the way. So we have 113 wheat bread. Oh, beautiful. This extra family we've got in this burgage plot is actually going to be the granary worker here. So just need this to finish off. We've got the stones. Yep, we're good. Hasn't affected the efficiency either, which is great. So yeah, we'll get this worker in here so they haven't got to travel far. And honestly, this one, we're going to turn off all of that. And we're going to have wheat grain, malt, rye flour, and rye grain in this one. I'm going to get that upgraded as well. So hopefully it works. Now our clay pit is gone. So we're going to go ahead and just demolish these out. And I'm also going to go ahead and turn off the clay furnace. So we've just gained loads of workers. I'm going to leave them be though, because we're going to need to up the marketplace very soon. Right, the smaller plots work much better for sheep. So worth doing for sure. I'm just filling out this space here. So that's going to house plenty of them. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of that one. Hopefully we don't lose our sheep. But they should come over to the next one now. We are on 30 total. So 32. 18 sheep, 14 lambs. This is going to start to ramp up. So I need to start filling out these guys as well. So as these families move in, we're going to be assigning them to work in these businesses here. So trying to be really efficient with that. And now I'm going to get in 3 more fields. So I need to decide where we're going to do them. Honestly, I'm going to demolish these trees out, I think. I don't want to do... Yeah, I think that's fine. We don't want to go up to the hunting spot, but we also don't want to go over the salt. So we're going to go this side. Realistically, how big do we want it? There's our next 3. So we're going to grab these in. This is going to add to the workload, but as the people come in, I'm going to assign them and fill out that other one as well. I will probably stick it out in the same fashion as before. We'll see how we get on again on the amount that's being produced. I think it's safe to say it's going to be the end of our friend over here. They've got a lovely little town, but their retinue has gone out to try and meet them. There's 4 lots, so I feel really bad, but this is about to get burned down. I can't get out quick enough to help him, unfortunately. Tried. We'll hold our line either way, and we'll say goodbye to our friend, which is really sad. I can't go over to help you, unfortunately. It's going to be awesome when the actual armies come out, right? That's going to be so good when you can fully fight them too. Oh, poor retinue. See if the retinue can actually kill any. They probably will. Maybe kill one? No, they are completely surrounded. They got no chance. Yeah, goodbye. Come towards me. Yep. They're gone. Oh, they're about to be burned down. Goodbye. I think it's safe to say we probably don't need to be buying the trade post active anymore. So we are now officially on 41. So 22 sheep, 19 lambs. That's great. We're going to have a really good supply of that meat when we start carving them up too. Well, they didn't kill the village completely. I see lots of dead... Oh, look. All the dead animals. There's actually dead villagers this time. I don't see the bandits anywhere. They don't seem to... These, like, burnt them down and disappeared, did they? I have no idea. I'll leave those 2 on the hill. I'm going to go deal with these 2 myself. And there we go. We officially have our ale house that can be upgraded now. I think these granaries are fine. We've got enough room for 1 of each of these as well. This marketplace is almost full. Still don't see clothes going into any house. I know they've addressed that this has already been fixed, so we've just got to be patient with it. And this one is a brewery. Lovely. So with that brewery coming in then, the ale should start. We should be able to then get the tavern on the go. Oh, that bandit camp's gone, so we're fine. Just going to leave the retinue standing on the hill. I don't think they're coming, but just in case. And we're going to put no limit on the brewery either. So there we go. We already have ale coming in. So that entertainment supply, we just need to get clothing now. So we just need to get that one working. But yeah, we should see the ale coming in just fine. There we go. Lovely. Now, realistically, I should have a little house over here, that little storage that holds malt. I could put it into this one, maybe? Right, I'm going to squeeze another house in this section. This needs to be a tier 2. I'm going to make this a big boy. Clothier as well. So we're now getting in a good amount of wool and yarn because we've got way more sheep, right? So I'm going to see if I can start ramping that up now. You see, we're getting lots of money now. Our quest to be really rich is here. I honestly don't even feel like I'm going to need another blinking settlement here. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, let's get our fields upgraded as well. I forgot about this. So we're going to start upgrading to fenced fields. I'm just going to click them all. I think I've got enough planks for all of it anyway. Because then we can use that as space for our sheep as well, should we need it. We've got plenty of space anyway. 421 pasture space. I think that includes the fields now. We'll see. But plenty of ale coming in. 75 now. Still no clothing. So I just need this one upgraded when they move in. So it should be pretty quick to get everything it needs. There it is. So actually, ironically, I feel like it's the yarn that disappears really fast too. It's like houses consume it like they used to, even though they're not consuming it. Does that make sense? So it's quite interesting to see. I'm just going to have to produce loads, right, to get to tier 3. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the small tavern just to get more store in there as well. Breweries are pretty damn full. Loads of ale, man. Crazy amounts. I don't think you produce wool and yarn in the winter if I know that correctly. So that's why you're seeing that one. Now with this one becoming a clothier, a tailor's workshop, that is going to consume our extra families that are in. So I think it's time now we go ahead and get in a couple of farmhouses. And I think I'm going to go for a couple this way, hopefully. I think these are going to produce carrots. That's pretty big workspace that we've got out of those as well. I'm just kind of ignoring the bandit camps at the moment, but I think they're by my territory, so I'm going to have to deal with them. Yeah, stealing my bread. Can't be having that. Just going to straight attack. I'm just going to push them straight in, so it's not in our zone to deal with. And another load of bandits are coming in at the same time, so we'll get the other two guys up. Hoping they may push this way, so if I put them just here, I can get these guys to go join them. I'll disband and replenish though, hopefully. Yeah, here they come. So we'll shield wall it. These nice and tight. I'll bring these guys up as well, just in case. They're going out to finish off the other town by the looks of it, though. They've decided to come to me. No, they're coming back. That gives me enough time to get my units up. I'm actually going to bring the retinue around the back here. These two shield walls. There we go. Bring it on. And then these we're going to bring around this way. Should be fine. That should pull them in how we want them. To be honest, they've killed them off so fast. I'll just get these in. Go, go, go. All of you push forward. Muller them. Yeah, there we go. In my lands, though, I'm going to have to turn back on with the thing. I keep having to turn my corpse pit back on, but that's okay. Right, looking really good, though. I see my food and fuel is slowly going down now, but these extra 2 farms that we put here are going to be huge, I think. So we'll get those added first, and then we'll get those working on that. Oh, royal tax has officially started, so even though we don't have a second settlement, it did come in. So we've hit a pivotal point where clothing is in. Look at this. We have our first tier 3 that we can get in. Now, these guys have wanted to be tier 3 for quite some time, but I didn't want to upgrade these guys because that they're all ready, but they are artisans, so we want to get the farms first. So we've got those 2 just for storage points in there. This is going to become, I think this chunk around here is going to be my tier 3 lot. You'll see I've got loads of houses going in. These are all chickens because actually to get to tier 3, you need to have animal produce or fruit. So we're going to get some more eggs in. I'm also building some fruit farms over here and 1 fruit farm already ready in here as well. So that is the plan at the moment. Now, sheep have gone pretty wild all of a sudden. You'll see we've got them here. That's how the clothing's coming in. We are on 95 sheep/lamb at the moment as well. So really good. Now, our charcoal I've got 3 people now smashing through that, so that's really good. And I've now put in a logging camp. But this work area is going to just exclusively be filling out this. So I know they're going off to cut over here, but we're going to allow them to start going in there as well, just to keep it going. There's no issues with, well, timber dropped a little bit low, which is making planks drop low, but we are doing a lot of building. But other than that, we'll be fine. And we've got our tier 3s coming in here as well, in the middle of the rain. And I forgot to show you, the pub is ready over here as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy. So we preemptively got that ready. So I think we've got everything we need for tier 3 when the fruits come in. We've got a good variety of food. So all in all, really, really good. That's going to give us extra move-in space as well, to be fair. So there's going to be a lot of pushing forward, but look at the size of this. Absolutely mega. Yeah, both coming in. This is going to be huge, isn't it? And that really takes the city to a whole new level of the town. So that will put us on 231 population. There they are. So we now have lots of room within these. So now we need shoes plus animal produce and fruits. So this is why we need the chickens. There is a big requirement to keep tier 3 happy. So it's going to be interesting to see. As I say, as these ones come in, we will be making them into the old fruit plots and then expanding them afterwards. Now, over here, we're going to give... Wow, why are apples so much better than pears? It doesn't make any sense. So we'll go ahead and get apples in there and get that one expanded as well. There we go. So I'm not going to do too many at once. I will upgrade any that are farms, though, where I can. But that is going to give us so much space to expand. Now, what I will say is it doesn't seem... My clothing seems to be okay. We've got 9 there, so there seems to be almost 100%. So, to be honest, even with it being bugged, it's not too much of a problem right now. Oh, there is some raiders showing their little face here. So I'll just grab these 2. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, settlement reached small town. I'm hoping I can fight them right here, by the way, guys. This should be fine. Get them shield walled just fine here. They should turn on us. Let's play this nice and slow. We'll turn that around. We haven't quite got full numbers, but it shouldn't be a problem. They're coming in 4s, which is cool. Both have cohesion here. Effectiveness will be really good because they're in. These ones, though, for some reason, do not want to do... There we go. Shield wall is in properly. What are you doing? We'll keep the cohesion. They're just walking straight past us for some reason. I'm going to push forward. I think they're walking towards my other ones, aren't they? So we're going to hit these in the back here, I think. These ones will keep defensive. Push forward. Yeah, no idea what these guys are doing, but there we go. We'll get the little back run in there. Boom. I think we're holding them all here. Yep, we're good. And we'll get those on a push forward. We lost 1 there. For some reason, they're killing mine off quite easily. They're shield walled, though. That's why. No, it's fine. Yeah, look at that. We did get caught out. They were being weird. They didn't come towards us. They went around us, so... Still fine, though. Once this one has done, we'll be able to push on to the next one. You guys turn on that. I think they've got their back to these ones. That's why. Good. And last one over here, please. Go, go, go. Wow, they lost loads there on that one unit. All because of derpy AI. There we go. Not a problem, though. And I haven't got to clear up the bodies either. Right, we've got to work on fuel here then. I'm going to up the woodcutter's lodge here because we are turning into charcoal, but it's being used. So we're going to get another person in there. Hopefully the tree planting will start to kick in. I'm going to just slowly get that going. And there's our 3 tier 3s, man. Look at this place already. It's going to be awesome when I get a few of these up. I am going to really try and push it on this one. I'm having to not even bother with another settlement now and just focus on this one. Just to see how well I can manage the tier 3s. I'm just setting up a trade route for bread because we are making stupid amounts. The farms are incredible. So stick to the wheat bread. We have got 100% fertility, so it is pretty nuts. But food's coming up really well. I just need to focus on getting my fuel up. I'm just trying to stockpile it. But yeah, we're going to sell a bit of bread off. I think that's very sensible. I'm actually thinking, let's sell off ale. We have nearly 300. So I'm going to say let's keep 150 as well. This trade route is insane though. Look at that. But this is going to bring in serious money. So that is a lot that we've just rinsed down, but I am going to get that into. I suppose in the meantime, we're going to get ourselves ready with the castle too. So obviously this will cost quite a bit, but we're going to want our garrison tower. No, we can't do that. Walls and gates is going to cost a fortune, but I'm thinking we get... Yeah, look at this. This is going to be cool. I can't go on there. It's going to curve around, isn't it? I'm not allowed to do it yet. That's fine. I was thinking about getting it up here, but we can't do it yet. It's going to get a wall across this and then around the back of here. Maybe a garrison tower. We'll see. There's no real functionality to it at the moment. It's all about money. Farming and money. It looks like we got the ability for a couple more tier 3s now, so I'm going to go for you and you. We're going to want the families to come in, but there's going to be a lot of spam for this now. So I've got 14 spare families to get in before we do much more. Right, it's probably time that we go ahead and get our tannery in. And I think it can just squeeze on the back here. So we're going to start producing the shoes. We've got 144 hides. I don't know what the consumption's like, but we may as well put it in anyway, because why not, right? We'll tan it into leather at least anyway. Right, so we've got 2 full weavers' workshops now trying to produce yarn. I'm just looking, and we've got clothiers 1. I made another one over here. 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those so far. Some of them have 2 families in as well, so quite a lot of clothiers. We've completely run out, but actually I think we're bottlenecked by yarn. So I might get yet a 3rd weaver shop in, so that seems to be the struggle here, so we'll get more of those in. Now tannery, I will allow just 1 in there to work on that one, and there we go. So we are now on 144 sheep. This is multiplying like crazy now. We're in year 7 and we're filling up pretty much all those houses super fast, but honestly the extra families need to come into this weaver's workshop. I've got no more to add for them at the moment. Food is fantastic. We're working on the firewood and we're planting more trees. I got in a 2nd logging camp over here just to pull in some more timber, and that's just kept everything flowing really nice. We've got 415 charcoal, so I'm just going to turn that down so we can keep it balanced with our actual firewood. And I'm not selling any of that at the moment, so I'm kind of just leaving it as is. Oh, I need to deal with these bandits stealing though. Gonna make a little bit more cash from them. Oh, hold on. I think I've got no joiner shop making large shields here. Silly me. Let's get those on the go. So we can... I was wondering why I couldn't replenish my units then. That's why. Now, I'm still not 100% sure if a 2nd trading post actually benefits you in any way. Not too sure. So I think there's only one way to find out we actually get one in, right? I'm going to get a 2nd one in now, because I've got loads of beer and they're not actually selling it at the moment because we're selling so much of the other stuff. We've got spare families. We may as well get a 2nd one in. And there we go. Replenish now. I just need to get a few shields in. Might be worth us getting a 3rd joiner in now that we've stabilized planks once again. Be very tempted to strip out. I need more pork. Sausage numbers dropped massively since we've gone to tier 3. Everything drops, but we've got loads of food. Bakeries are insane. The backyard bakeries. We have 855 wheat bread here. I've even got them set to be sold. The wax is a great money maker, by the way. It doesn't show up here, but that, as well as the honey at the moment, is such a good earner. Right, we're going to start ordering in our thingies here. I'm going to get 4 in that trade post, and I think off the back of that, I'm going to upgrade our hitching posts here as well. So that should be more than enough to stabilize. And we're at a point where I could probably slaughter some lambs, so I could set a number. So I'm going to go in. We're going to say... Oh, hold on. There's no way of setting a reserve on that. Maybe not then. If we can't set a reserve on the mutton, that's not okay. So we're going to have to stick those to sausages. I could probably change one of those to something else then. Right, we have fully filled up all of our spaces here. So up next is going to be to expand some houses this way. I could also do some upgrades. So if we can get more to tier 3, that would be great. Oh, more raiders, man. Okay. I'm going to have to deal with those, I think. We'll keep an eye on them, see where they go. just pushing into the September in year 7, by the way. Now, food is just crazy. I got 1k bread. It's just insane how much I'm baking up. These farms are incredible. Fertility's down a bit, so I might want to rotate them. But even so, I think by the time they go... Look at the wheat. It's mostly the barley. The wheat is still... These took too long. The harvest is disappearing. We need another farmhouse, maybe. But I honestly don't need it anyway, so if it spoils, it's not a problem. He seems to be heading back over here to destroy whatever remains. Okay, they're going over here. They seem to... It just pops up saying broken when they've done their burning, so we're all good. They didn't even come this way. And look at that, we're 117 yarn. It's time to ramp up clothiers now, so we're going to change you. We're going to get you upgraded. Going to change you and get you upgraded. These are going to be 2 more clothiers over here as well, so we can push those to tier 3 if we ever get the ability to. So we just need more clothing in there. So we're no longer crazy, no longer struggling with yarn or wool. Even the leather now and the hides. It's beautiful. So we just need to get that going and then clothing. There's a tiny bit of spoilage on them, but nothing too crazy. I'm trying to sell whatever remnants we have extra, as you can see, so... I'm on an 8% tax too, so I think we're good to still become very rich off that. I think it's probably time we get in even more. So we need to row up where we're going to have some farmhouses. So I think we're going to get a couple of honey guys over here. Do I not have any logs? We'll get 2 small houses there. We're going to get a farmhouse over here. Now, I know this is really unnecessary, but this yellow patch basically is going to be where we put it all. It just makes a lot of sense to me. We can put our houses on this bit, farms around it. We'll get the farmhouse in as well. Then we'll paint a few fields. So it's not the best. It's good fertility over here, though. So I'm thinking we go off the side of here. I'm going to go for similar sizes. They are pretty nuts, what it gives you, so... So I'm not going to put... I'm just going to do wheat on this one. Nothing crazy for now as our first year. I've set this farmhouse to only do these ones. I don't know if that's worked, but... And then this one will set to just work over there as well. So these are going to be honey. And as they move into these, we'll be pushing them into this one. Forgot that I fenced all of these farm fields, but yet to see sheep on there because I have way too many thingies. But they're nearly full. So they'll be going on to the fallow ones soon. There we go. We'll get another 3 double there. So these are all going to be people that work in here. And here it is at the moment. I want you guys to see it still. When that field gets ploughed, that's going to look awesome. Very, very cool looking town already. Marketplace over here as well. We'll do a full wander at the end anyway. But this is awesome so far. So I've got this one to set to go through here. So hopefully we can get a few marketplaces in here as well. I will pump people in there to get them in. But there we go. We got our first one that we can go family-wise into that farmhouse there. And we're going to upgrade the plough on that one as well. Hopefully this field will start. So this one, once I have it actually, I need to go just over here. So we'll probably be going up this way. We've got crops. Hold on, let me double check. No, it's the sheep. So we could move sheep higher up. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll set this farmhouse's work area to just be over here. So when we fill out farms this way, they'll only work on those there. Now I've got enough clothing in these ones to get them to tier 3 on the fruit if I need to. We've got apples and stuff in now. But I think I'm going to focus on getting the clothier up first. So we want people to move into that one. And also these ones here. What I could actually do is flax. I could rotate flax into this and start linen via that. I could do. I don't think there's any need to right now, but that could be kind of cool. And one thing I haven't been keeping an eye on. Look how this is changing. So we've got rural now 10%. Urban 1%. Increase the durability of maintenance for urban buildings. So that's pretty cool. We've got meadow that is really low now. So, and then woodland is still very good. And there's the medium town. We're almost at large town. I've been upgrading some more to tier 3s in here. We want the main high to be through here when we walk through. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to have to upgrade these ones to tier 2 as well. Otherwise, it's going to look weird. So that's the plan. All right, we got 4 raiders coming in again as well. This is kind of how fast we're going. I'm just standing right on the edge here. We will shield wall up. Hopefully, we can get nice and tight like this. And let's see. We got one spreading to the side there. That's going to be interesting. But by the time they come in, I think these ones will be dead anyway. I don't know. We'll see. The clash. Honestly, spearmen are just insane. Look at our village in the background as well. We fight for you. They're in. They didn't actually sprint at us either, so we'll see. Where's that one going? He's coming in now, so we probably want to push as much as we can on that. I'll probably hold that one. They're going to clash into the side here. So hopefully we can do some damage. There we go. Come on. Then we can turn and face. Okay, they're doing well. This is where it becomes a problem. In our back there, but that's fine. That number's almost gone. The trader just casually coming through. I think we're fine. These guys will be able to turn and face in a moment. Another push on that one. And then we'll turn and face on this one. That one's almost gone. Altering numbers. Boom. Go, go, go. Wow, holding on to the bitter end. There we go. Job done. And look at this, guys. We have 67, almost 70 spare clothing now. There is the large town. Come on. And I'm able to upgrade. So now the only thing is to focus shoes. Pretty much. They've got everything else they need, right? We've got, well, the fruit's disappearing very quickly, but we do have eggs still for them. Now we need to decide where we're going to stick them. I think I can turn one of these butchers around if I wanted to into a shoemaker. But honestly, I think one of these. Turn you into a cobbler shop right there. And we're upgrading quite a few that probably don't necessarily need to be tier 3, but we need them as little, we need the extra space. Because you gain the extra residing family into extra workforce. So over this way, we're also going to get in a forester's hut because I want to plant trees in this section. I want to fill all of this, hopefully. So we can have both of these working. There we go. We should see those shoes coming in then. So we have 141 leather. I've got the person to spare that I'll leave them in this one. I've got, so that's 9 people working Weaver's Workshops, by the way, to keep up with the wool demand at the moment. We have 205 sheep. Sheep are, they're pretty crazy. They are much better than they used to be for birth, for sure. So keep that in mind. You'll see the manor house is now under construction. So I purchased in up to 30 dressed stone. We've got to use 25 here. And I'm building the retinue plus tax office to start. And we've gone with the upgraded version of the house as well. So we'll need potentially some basic walls. But look at this. I've been upgrading like crazy. I am almost there. We are obviously at the maximum town. There's a couple of bits I still want to do. But this place looks awesome. So good. So we'll come out of the winter so you can see it properly, but it's very snowy, and you'll see I'm building some big plots over here. Now these are fruit farms. I don't need anything else at the moment, and with all of the upgrading, the bugs to all of this stuff is really apparent. So the mining bug is terrible. So we've got one deep mine with 4 in, and that one's fallen over again. I don't know whether you're allowed the 2, so I'll get rid of that anyway. And we did have 2 trying to mine, but yes, I've got this set to maintained, and it's still only just pulling in a little bit of salt. It's really, really slow. So the sausages have taken a nosedive. Now you'll see the numbers of livestock in pasture going down. I changed one of the butchers here to start doing mutton. And if you look here, we've got 85 pieces of mutton now. So I'm just countering that with kind of, meat isn't a problem. I just wanted to make sure you're kind of aware, but this doesn't really go down. 12 of 15. I feel like I might be able to get a second hunter's camp on as well. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Got all the families scurrying up to get to get our manor house done. That's awesome. That's hilarious. The joys of having plenty of families here. I may need to switch the butchery off again momentarily though. So I'm going to now flip that across back to thingies. And that bandit camp just stole my mutton. Yeah, a little bit of micromanagement involved with butchery if you want to make sure the numbers are okay. But that's fine. We can quickly chop up some. So I got 102 pieces there. We got a little bit more back off the bandits there. And then what we'll do is try and get the sausages back up. As I say, the salt is rather bugged, the mine. So it was working until I turned it into a deep mine. I should have waited. Yeah, nice aerial shot of this as well. Look at that. That looks awesome. Just going to stick in a couple more farms going around this as well, just to make it look cool. There we go. Another 3 done here. So we've got the visibility of those farms through there as well. That is super cool. We've got farms either side, and that pond is another region, but I think that shot is incredible. And I'm waiting just to get a nice feel from up here. It is coming in though. You'll see we've gone for the rather large tier 2. Look at all the framework as they try and build that out as well. A lot of thought's gone into the manor building, so it's a good sign of things to come, right? Now I've restabilized my yarn, so I do want to point out I've got spare clothing. There's still some to go in. We've got quite a lot. Population is 432, but we now have 5 weaver shops, so 15 people spinning the yarn for the wool, and we can't keep up. It's crazy, so I could sell some wool off as well, but we haven't got enough people to sell with either. And there's our manor house all completed to the next tier. That looks really nice. Now we just need to save up. Yeah, look at that shot. Come on, man. That is good. So what I'm going to do is get a wall around this. I need to figure out how much it's going to cost. And there's the full wall. So what does that cost? 146. So we're going to attempt to buy that in. Actually want this to reach all the way over though. Well, that would cost 140 something stone, which is a bit absurd. I won't lie, but I do kind of want it. The plan is obviously to take this. Oh, that looks awesome. And then just stand and enjoy the absolute glory. Look at that. Oh, I can't quite stand on the stones, but that is something else down there. That looks amazing, man. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to try and buy that in. So we've got the money. I'm going to buy it. That should be our last little effort here. A 17 a pop as well. So 148. 148. 148. And then we need the... We got minor trade on the mortar as well for 10. So that's everything. Well, and about 6 grand later, we we have enough for this. Although it's not happy. So I'm going to have to figure this out. Why are you not happy? It's going to cost me more. Just need the walls, man. I got a feeling it doesn't like... Ah, there we go. It doesn't like this bit being attached on that corner. I think I got it. Now I just need some planks. So just working on the planks now as well. And then we'll have this wall in. All good to go. Now, we are on year 10. We're in the summer of it. I think as far as the houses go, this is pretty much as good as it's going to get. I mean, even with the bug, we've got super ale, super clothing. It's the yarn, man. It makes me laugh every single time I look at it. And salt is a major issue. It's actually arguably worse than the clothing issue to me. Right, it's time. I think I got everything. Get rid of those guys. Here we go. So this is the act that we need to complete. That is going to be some sort of effort to get that one in, though. Well, 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 here we are. You can see I started building the walls. It was about the tiniest bit away. But then I reloaded the save after taking a break and it hadn't finished and restarted. Now, every time I go to hit build on the castle now, it crashes the game. So I'm not going to be touching that, unfortunately, which makes me really sad. But I do want you to see, look at the fields. It's now going to be time for the big walkthrough of the town. So, we have 511 population. We spent nearly 6 grand on stone and mortar to build it, but we've managed to build it back up anyway. We're on nearly 30,000 in my own treasury now, which is insane. And we are on the 12th year, so quite a lot of time. Now, one of the things we're going to have to do is take over the town to actually complete the game, but this is going to be the perfect time to showcase the finished product. So this line down here where the farms are is the edge of the zone as well. So we've gone pretty crazy with it. Multiple farmhouses all farming up, as you can see in the distance. But here we are, and we'll go for a bit of a walkthrough as well, so you kind of get a feel for it. Let's start from here. Enjoy the ambience, guys.
Come on, laddie, come on. This is heavier than it looks.
Come on, come on. Look here. Things do happen from time to time. I only sell the finest wares in all the fine wares anywhere else. Feast your eyes on our fine selection. Come on, come on.
This is heavier than it looks.
Cheated it? Never. I like to simply just not like
Oh, this is heavier than it looks.
And there we go. That walk through, oh, it was beautiful. The ambiance is lovely. But yeah, it's a shame I couldn't get these walls up, but the finale of the farm layouts is right there. It looks super cool, man. I hope you enjoyed the town centre there. Quite a lot of tier 3s on the go. So one final thing for us to do is go and take the rival settlement. So we're going to head on over. And we are going to claim this as our own. This will be 90 days, as we know, until it's ours. Yeah, I may have just hired up everyone as well. We got so much money. Oh, it's hilarious. Everyone is mine. Well, even if they could fight back, they're fighting against a pretty hefty army here. We have crossbowmen, bowmen. Ah, crazy. I've got the reinforcements. I raised the fjords, although I'm paying them a healthy sum. Oh, at the end of all of it, by the way, I fixed the ale and the clothing, like, quite considerably. We've got 1.2k yarn, and we're selling off any excess wool as well. So, obviously, look at the barley, look at the wheat, and look at the bread. 1.7k bread. Bear in mind I'm selling it too. And loads of pork. So, all the extra houses I've been building have all been pigs. So, no issues with food. And that is just the thingy. If I change it to this one, you'll see mutton is insane. But there we go. The most, I think, arguably one of the best looking towns I've created in a while. There's been some, but let me know if you've seen some of my other videos, if you agree with that one. Definitely not in the winter, mind, but summer months looks awesome. And there we go, 4,336 days. Guys, I really appreciate being here. As always, thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. I hope you've enjoyed it. And once the patches come in for the castle building and the mines mainly, I will be playing again for sure. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.